And it's Thursday, back with another shoulder day. I wanted to play with my shiny new barbell and rack, so you see me having the resistance band there for some added difficulty when doing overhead press. Whenever I do get some weights, doing it with the barbell and the weight plates will be nice. But for now, I think this is a good substitute for the handstands that I've been doing in the past, just because the handstands were a little bit too difficult for me to get a proper rep range. But from here, we're gonna drop the band and just do it with the bar. So this is the same thing as same concept of going down easier progressions, which you've seen me do with like push-ups and dips and pull-ups. Just a way to get more reps and more activation in the muscle group, because getting your body familiar with the movements is also really important. And then here we're just gonna do a few exercises with the dumbbells in series. We do a minute each, so we're starting off with some side raises. I use 10 pounds here, so you can definitely use lighter than you would expect dumbbells for this exercise, just because the shoulder muscles are relatively small and isolated. So this is not going to be like a big compound lift where you can lift a lot. This is going to be a pretty don't make this an ego lift. Don't swing some big weights around. Make sure to use the weight that you can use a proper range of motion where you're controlled throughout the movement. And I would suspect most of us would be a little bit on the lighter range than we'd expect compared to some other lifts we might do with dumbbells. So, and another benefit of doing this with instead of bands is you can do both hands at the same time. So you finish the exercise routine in half the time. Here I'm doing a front raise. Make sure to hold the arms straight out at full extension, and then when you bring it in, just for a quick rest but not too long, and then full extension again. Try to keep your torso straight up and down as well. Don't arch too much on that. Just drop the weight if you have to. Just keep that in mind. And from there, we're going to do a W raise, kneeling on the mat here. This is going to work on our external rotation, our rotator cuffs, as well as the back and the rear lats as well. So really important to work on the rear shoulder and the back, because most of us see ourselves in the mirror, so it's not as gratifying to work on the back, but really important. Just something you want to keep in mind to include in your routine. And then we're going to finish it off with some similar exercises here, kind of like a combined H and W raise. You're kind of going into a hammer curl with your arms straight, and then rotating outwards, so you're kind of hitting that back and rear shoulder again, just because, like I said, it's a really important muscle group that's often neglected for the muscles we can see, like our pecs and our front delts, that are more often than not overdeveloped compared to our rear counterparts. So from there, we're gonna do some pike push-ups. Really good exercise. I think it's a good stepping stone to eventually being able to do handstands, which we'll get to a few months, few years. Not sure when, but eventually. And then we're just going to do as many reps as we can. And then from there, we're just going to go right away into some face pulls. So we're going to superset these. So you see the pike raise, we're kind of doing the front and the side, and then this one's kind of doing the rear and a little bit of the side, so we're kind of hitting the full range of that shoulder muscle group. We're not leaving any neglected, so make sure to include that in your routine as well. But that's going to finish it off for shoulder day, and then from there we're going to go right into our ab routine to finish out our workout. So this is going to just be our standard ab routine, just some ab pull downs. It's going to be followed by some side lateral raises with that bag of rice you see there, and then some leg raises that you see with the dumbbell. So core work is super important. I definitely recommend adding a little bit of core focus on each of your workout days, just because it's kind of the both literal and figurative core of everything you do, right? From your daily movements to your big compound movements, your core is super important. And here we're just doing a leg raise with 2 dumbbells. Not the best idea. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, this is pretty dangerous. Like I'm super aware of how the dumbbells are being held, so they're not gonna drop at any time. But I could definitely picture that happening if you're doing this a lot and you kind of get complacent. So I would not recommend that if you have an alternative. It doesn't feel that great either, because it's just shifting around all the time. So I might suggest just kind of increasing your resonance time by decreasing your speed at which you're doing the movement to increase the difficulty. But yeah, that's a tough one. I don't have a heavier dumbbell, so I'm kind of light on options, but just something to keep in mind. And then just doing the body weight version just to finish off the workout. And then finish off with some Russian twists. Russian twist feels pretty good. I wish I had a heavier weight. I don't at the moment, so we'll see what I do in the future. But that's going to wrap it up today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Subscribe to get your daily reminders, and otherwise I will see you guys next time. Thank you.